This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Good morning, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 20 of the King of the Hill tournament with my Apba Classic baseball team. Today we have the 1924 Kansas City Monarchs and the 1922 New York Giants. The Giants are the current kings of the hill. Wearing my Kansas City Monarchs baseball cap today. This is one of my favorite caps. I've got two Monarchs caps. I have a red one you see me in with a white CK in the middle of it. Used to have a blue one with a yellow CK. I lost that one. How do you lose your hats? Probably the same way I lose my head from time to time. Kansas City Monarchs, though, they changed their uniforms quite a bit. My favorite is the 1945 uniform of the Monarchs, the Jackie Robinson uniform with the large KC on the uniform chest. Some of their other uniforms were that one with a red CK on the cap. This is an Old English KC on the front. I think that was late 20s. I think what they wore in 1924 would be somewhere along the lines of what Rogan has or this new Allen uniform. The Monarchs were the only team that I'm aware of in the Negro Leagues that was owned by a white owner. J.L. Wilkinson was their owner. He was invited to join the Negro Leagues by Rube Foster when he formed the Negro Leagues in 1920. J.L. Wilkinson was the owner of the All Nations team playing out of Des Moines, Iowa. They had two great pitchers, Jose Mendez, who's currently the manager of and still a pitcher for the Monarchs, and also Josh Donaldson. He was a tremendous pitcher. They joined the team in 1920, but the core of the team was formed from a team known as the 25th Infantry Division Wreckers, an Army team. And they all came to Wilkinson in 1920, six of them, two of them later. But they were great players. Hurley McNair was one of them. Bullet Joe Rogan is another one. The shortstop, Dobie Moore, was another one off that 25th Infantry Division ball team. All right, let's have our starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Monarchs, they're going to lead off with Newt Allen at second base, Lem Hawkins first base. Bullet Joe Rogan is on the mound, and he bats third. He was a two-way player for the Kansas City Monarchs. Negro Leagues had some of those, like Ted Double Duty Radcliffe. Rogan actually played for 10 years in the outfield and pitched. He also started late. He didn't start until he was 31 years old. He was in the military on that military team for 10 years before joining the Monarchs. Oscar Heavy Johnson's in left field. Hurley McNair is in right field. Walter Dobie Moore is the shortstop. Newt Joseph at third base. Frank Duncan, the catcher, and Dink Mothel in center field. That's the Monarchs lineup. Here is the New York Giants, led by Frankie Fresh. Excuse me. And Fresh will lead off and play second base. Dave Bancroft at shortstop. Pep Youngs is in. Well, now they've got Youngs in parentheses, but they don't have it with the main name. That's got to be a mistake. We talked about that before. Young is playing right field. George Kelly is at first base. Irish Musel on left field. Frank Snyder is a catcher. Casey Stengel in center field. Heidi Groh at third base. And Art Neff, grade B Z pitcher from Terre Haute, Indiana, is on the mound. All right, we're ready to go. Here's the first pitch of the game to Newt Allen, a longtime second baseman for the Monarchs. 5-3 is an A team. Both teams are fielding column one. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. bobble by Bancroft for an error, E6. New Allen's a fast runner. He's at first base. We're playing basic Apba. Lynn Hawkins, 6'4", is a 41. That is a ground ball to second base. Flips to the shortstop. Bancroft will throw to first. Double play. And the base runner, New Allen, is injured and unable to play for the next 3 games. So timeout here. 6-4-3 double play. Bad news for the Monarchs. Right off the bat, Negro League teams' benches are not deep. Let's see. First, looks like George Sweat will take the place when we go out on defense of New Allen. All right, so 2 outs, and that brings up Bullet Joe Rogan. Wilbur Rogan was his first name. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base, fielded by Frankie Frisch to throw first. 3 outs, no runs, no hits, 1 error and 1 left. Bottom of the first inning, Monarchs nothing, and the Giants coming to bat. Frankie Frisch, Fordham Flash, leads off for the Giants in the bottom of the first. 4-6 is a fly ball to right field. Hurley McNair is under and makes the catch. 1 down. There's Dave Beauty Bancroft. Let me change the screen. I always forget to do that. 6-5 is a ground ball to third base. 5-3. 2 outs. Play turned in by Nick Joseph, the Monarchs third baseman. And here is Wallace Young. 2-1 is a fly ball to McNair. 3 up and 3 down for Rogan in the first inning. Excuse me. Well, the top of the second, it is 0-0. Art Neff was a very consistent major league pitcher, I believe, for 15 years. I know he played on the Giants many of those years, but he's also with the Cubs and a couple other teams during his career. Oscar Heavy Johnson leads off for the Monarchs. 3-2 is a ground ball to Frankie Frisch at second base. Throws to Kelly, and Johnson's out. 1 away. Here is Hurley McNair. 6-1 is a 40. I think that's a foul ball. Strike 1. And 1-5 is a base hit by McNair. Single, and then 11 will allow him to try to steal second. Catcher for New York is Snyder. 11-23, the base runner will be caught stealing. Here he goes. 64, he is safe. And almost threw it away. 65 and 66 would be a throwing error on the catcher. That's what Negro Leagues baseball brings to the table here. A lot of speed, a lot of plays, a lot of base steals. Batter is Bobby Moore, the shortstop. 5-6 is a 14. I think that's going to be a base on balls. Art Neff is a Z pitcher, but he doesn't get that option. Base on balls, batter takes first base, so it is a walk. First and second. Monarchs are putting something together here in the top of the second inning. Duke Joseph, 5-5 is an 8 against a B pitcher, first and second. Ground ball to third base, fielded by Grove, though across the diamond, retires Joseph. Meanwhile, the base runners advance a base. Runners at second and third with 2 away. Here is catcher Frank Duncan. Neff will pitch to Duncan. 6-1 is a 24. That's a High foul ball behind first base. The ball falls. They hit. Let's see. Other foul out back of first base. Runner out trying for home. Other runner to third. So score it 4-2. McNair's out at the plate and give Duncan a fielder's choice, but that's a third out. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Monarchs nothing and the New York Giants nothing. Well, Joe Rogan returns to the mound. He was not a big man. He was 5'7", 180 pounds, but he could throw the fire. Kelly, Musil, and Snyder are due to bat for the Giants in the bottom of the sixth inning. Still no score. And here's the pitch to George Kelly. 4-4 roll is a base hit for Kelly, the first Giants hit. Average speed at first base. Here is Irish Musil. 5-3 with a runner on first. As I said, both teams are fielding column one. Their totals add up to 41. 5-3 is a 16. Base hit to center field. Quickly fielded by the center fielder Muffle. He gets in. Holds Kelly to second at second. The Giants have their first two batters on, first and second, with nobody out. Frank Snyder, 343 hitter. Here's the pitch from Rogan to Snyder. 1-3 is a 36. I think that's a pass ball. It is. Pass ball. Runners advance. Let's see. Kelly's at second, and now Youngs is at third. Still no out, and Snyder's still the batter. Followed by Stengel, who is a 368 hitter. Snyder's 343. Will Rogan's tiptoeing through some tall weeds here. Here's a pitch to Snyder. That's a hit column roll for Frank Snyder. And the second column roll is a 35. That's going to be a drive to extreme right field. Double column cards use number 5. That's going to be a triple to the right field bullpen. And that will score Youngs and score Kelly and put Musil on third. 2 RBIs for Irish Musil. And the Giants take a 2-0 lead. Still nobody out. There is Casey Stengel. They're going to play the infield in and try to hold the score down. 3-2 is a 26 with the Monarchs infield playing tight. That's going to be a single through the infield past the second baseman, George Sweat, scoring Musil. 3-0. New York Giants. First 4 have reached here in the second inning. Here's Heine Groh. Four roll to Groh is an 8 against an A pitcher. That'll be an out. First out in the inning. That's ground ball to first base. Runner goes to second. 3-1 is the scoring. Now there's an out, and here is the pitcher, Art Neff. 3-5 is a 23. Runner out, stealing, and ejected. My home rules in Apba, I don't take that automatically. I don't take the 11s and 14s asterisks or runner stealing automatically. I make a decision. I give the catcher a chance to throw out the runner. Would not be stealing here. So we're not going to try it. Reroll. 6-4 to an F is a swing and a miss. Oh, wait a minute. Let's back up. I wrote my scores all in the wrong place. It should be, the pitcher's up. And now we're back to the top of the order, Frankie Frisch. 2 outs. Infield playing normal distance. 3-6 roll over Frisch is a 14. That's going to be a base on balls. First and second, New York. And now Beauty Bancroft. 2-2 roll for Bancroft. That's a 7. That's going to be a base hit. And this nightmare is going to continue for Bull Joe Rogan and the Monarchs. Single to left field. One runner scores. S out of the home. Frisch is not a slow runner. It's going to be first and third. Snyder scores. Unless he is an S. Let me check. Snyder, don't think he is. No, he is not. So Snyder scores. It's 4 runs in the inning. And the Giants have runners at first and third. Here's Dave Bancroft. 5-1 is an 8 against an A. That is a fly out to right field. So a big inning for the Giants. They score 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors and 2 left. We go to the top of the third. It's the New York Giants 4 and the Kansas City Monarchs nothing. So a more relaxed Art Neff with a 4-run lead goes back out to complete his warm-up tosses. He'll be facing 9-1 and 2, Mothel Sweat and Emil Hawkins, the first baseman. 6-6 roll for Dick Mothel. That's going to be a 3-6 is a leadoff double for Mothel. All right. Maybe Kansas City climbing back here, top of the order. Here is the teacher, George Sweat, who took Newt Allen's place, who was injured. And he'll miss 3 games if the Monarchs win. There's a pitch to Sweat with a man on second. 4-4 roll is a 7 against a B pitcher. That'll get the run home. Scores Mothel, and the Monarchs are on the board. All right, the Monarchs are 2 for 2 in the leadoff spot. Allen led off the game with a single before he got hurt. Here's Len Hawkins. 1 run up on the board for Kansas City. 1-4 roll is a fly ball to Irish Musil in left field. He makes the grab, 1 down. Here's Bullet Joe Rogan. 6-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Rogan's having a regrettable day, pitching and hitting. Oscar Heavy Johnson with 2 down and a runner at first. 6-6 roll for Heavy Johnson. And that's a hit column roll. 43 is just a single. Allen will go to third. Johnson can steal second, but with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs in the inning, not going to take a chance and take the bat out of McNair's hands. Pitch to Pearlie McNair, 35, is a 9 against a B pitcher. Single over shortstop. And with 2 outs, Allen scores. Johnson goes to third. Four to 2, Monarchs are trying to get back in this ball game. Here's Dobie Moore. 2-1. Well, in the inning, that's lifted in the right field. Ross Young's passed the glove and puts it away. 3 outs, but the Monarchs scored twice on 4 hits. The Warriors in 2 to left. Bottom of the third, it's the New York Giants 4 and the Kansas City Monarchs 2. All right. Pep Youngs will lead off. Kelly and Musil to follow. Youngs is a Hall of Fame ball player, 331 hitter in 1922. 4-4 roll is going to be a base hit off Rogan. He just didn't have it today. All right, Youngs is 1 for 3 or 1 for 2. George Kelly. Talked about this last week. A lot of 300 hitters on this 1922 Giants squad. 6'3" is a 35. That's popped up into the air, caught by the catcher, Frank Duncan Jr. 1 out. Irish Musil. 1-2 as a fly ball to left field. Oscar Heavy Johnson moves to his left and puts it away. 2 outs. Here is Frank Snyder. 5-6 is a 34 that's popped up on the infield. Unless Rogan has the Y strikeout number, so it's going to be a strikeout with that Rogan Y strikeout rating. Snyder is the 3rd out. Giants are pushed aside. We go to the top of the 4th inning. New York 4, Kansas City 2. New Joseph, Frank Duncan Jr., and Dink Mothel will be the hitters in the top of the 4th. Monarchs are down by 2 runs. 6-5 is a pop out to the catcher, Frank Snyder. 1 away. Frank Duncan Jr. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. Casey Stengel coming in and makes the catch. 2 outs. Dick Mothel, who tripled and drove in 2 runs his first time up. 5-6 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, excuse me, Mothel doubled his first time up. 3 up and 3 down for the Monarchs in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 4-2. New York Giants. Well, the brackets are out for the NCAA tournament. Are you going to go on ESPN and fill out your brackets? Kansas is my team. I don't think they're going to go far this year. Here is Heidi Grow leading off for the, let's see, it should be, let me double check this. Should be Stengel. Stengel leading off the last of the 4th. 4-4 roll is a base hit for Stengel. And Rogan's had trouble keeping the leadoff hitter off the bases in these innings. There is Heine Grow. Stengel has average speed. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Oscar Johnson makes the catch. And now Art Neff. 1 out, 1 on. 3-5. The roll to Neff is a 23. That's the runner out stealing. If I want to try to steal it, not going to. if I did choose, I would re-roll and see if he was safe or not based on the catcher's defense. 1-4 is a fly out to left. And now 2 down. Frankie Fresh. 6-5. Pop is ground ball to third base. 5-3. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Still 4-2. New York Giants. Top of the order for the Monarchs, it's Sweat, Hawkins, and then Joe Rogan. Four, 2 is a 40. That's going to be a foul ball. Strike 1. Monarchs played at Muehlebach Field when they played their home games. This game is at the Polo Grounds. But if they win, they'll be at home next game. Muehlebach Field was where the Kansas City A's played, and it became Municipal Stadium. The only difference was, there were 2 differences. They added an upper deck for the A's. It was a single-tier stadium when the Monarchs played there. And Charlie Finley added the Braves scoreboard, so that wasn't there when the Monarchs were playing. 54 is a fly out to right field. 1 down. Lem Hawkins. 1-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Dave Bancroft. The throw to Kelly at first. 2 away. Here's Bull Rogan. Let's see if he can turn his day around here and do something with his stick. He is a 300 hitter for the Monarchs. 4-6. Ground out to third base. 3 up and 3 down for the Monarchs in the 5th. No runs, hits, or errors. Still 4-2. Giants. Beauty Bancroft leads off the Giants half of the inning. 1-3 is a base on balls. Second walk yielded by Rogan. Here's Pep Young. 2-5 is an 8 against an A pitcher. That's going to be a ground out to first base with Bancroft going to second. 3-1 scoring. George Kelly. Yes. All right, second. 3-3 roll for Kelly. That's a hit column roll for Kelly. And it's a 3-5. That's going to be a drive to deep center field. It's going to get over the head of Mothel. Bancroft scores easily. Kelly rounds second. He's going to go to third. Here is the throw. He is safe, sliding into third with an RBI triple. 5-2 New York. The Monarchs are going to get somebody up in the bullpen, and that somebody is going to be Jose Mendez. Irish Musel's the scheduled batter. Actually, they're going to bring in Mendez, and Rogan will move to the outfield and play center field. He will take the Mendez will go into the bottom spot of the order. Nick Mothel comes out of the game, and now Jose Mendez is the pitcher for Kansas City Monarchs. So Rogan goes a turbulent 4 1/3 innings, and just wasn't very sharp today. Gives up at least 5 runs. And he's responsible for the runner at third now. And that is Kelly at third. Musil's the batter. Mendez will use his relief rating, the B star rating, and he will be an A pitcher since he's right-handed and Musil's right-handed. So Monarchs, he played the infield in earlier in the game, got burned. They're going to bring him in again. Here's the pitch to Musil. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Fast runner at third will tag up and score. Kelly is not fast, so he holds at third. Now the infield can play normal depth for Slider. 1-4 is a fly out to left, and that's the inning. The Giants add one for the top of the sixth. It is 5-2 New York Giants. All right, so Rogan, who moved from pitcher to the outfield, he is now the center fielder. He's still a rated outfield too, so it doesn't pitch or change the defensive rating. Rogan, let's see. It's the top of the sixth, and let's see. Pitching for the Giants is Black Diamond Jose Mendez. He is a great. Oh, wait a minute. We're batting now. So Johnson's the batter. Oscar Heavy Johnson's the batter. Neff is warming up. Here's the pitch to Johnson. 1-1 roll for Oscar Heavy Johnson. He's got some power. 4-4 roll is a triple for Oscar Johnson. He is 2 for 3. And that will get the tying run on deck. Here's Hurley McNair. Infield playing back for the Giants. 25 is an 8. And that is going to be a fly out to right field. Johnson will tag and score. So sacrifice fly to right. And it is now 5-3. Giants over the Monarchs. Here's Dobie Moore, one of those players that came from the 25th Infantry Division Records. 41 is a ground out to shortstop. Newt Joseph, I think, was also on that Records team as well. Newt Joseph had some money. He owned a black taxi cab company by 1930 in Kansas City. And whenever the Monarchs played their home games, 1930, the Monarchs bought lights, portable lights. And with the portable lights, they had to move those lights on the buses. So McNair moved the players with his taxi cabs when they played home games. All right. Newt Joseph steps to the plate. Bases are clear. We've got some people. Wayne Martz says hi to everybody, and he says hi to Tim, Cleveland baseball fan. Tim, I may fill out my bracket and watch it go up in flames by Sunday or next Thursday. A lot of parodying. I think you're right. I think there's a lot of parody in college basketball right now. All right, here is Joseph. 3-1 is an 8 against a B pitcher. That's a fly out to center field. 3 outs, but the Monarchs get a run on a hit. And now it's Giants 5, Monarchs 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Right, Mendez comes back to mound. He's using his relief rating, so this would be the point of fatigue inning for Jose Mendez. Casey Stengel will lead off for the Giants. Up by 2 runs in the last of the 6th inning. 1-4 for Casey, flies to left field. Oscar Heavy Johnson pats the glove and makes the catch, 1 away. Heine Grove. 2-6 is a ground out to third baseman Newt Joseph. 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Art Neff. He'll be in his fatigue inning next inning. 4-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Giants. In the 6th inning, we go to the top of the 7th. 5-3 Giants. We're looking at Duncan, Mendez, and Sweat. I'm not sure Mendez will stay in. I have to think about that. But Art Neff is in for the Giants. And Frank Duncan Jr. steps into the box. Later in life, Frank Duncan had a son that played for the Monarchs. I think his son was a pitcher. In fact, I know he was a pitcher. And they were a father-son battery for a short time on the Monarchs. 3-3 roll for Duncan. That's a base hit, leadoff single, and that will get the tying run to the plate. Tying run is Jose Mendez. Always thought of him as being tall. He was not tall, 5'8", 160. He's going to stay in the game and swing away. 6-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Top of the order, and George Sweat, who had to replace Newt Allen, injured earlier in the game. 5-2 is a 27. Double play ground ball to third base, Grove to Frisch to Kelly. It is a 5-4-3 twin killing. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Still 5-3, 2-run lead for the Giants. All right, the Black Diamond, Jose Mendez, will stay in and pitch the bottom of the 7th. As we said earlier, he is past his fatigue point. 3 bad things happen to him. His grade will go down. He had a clean inning last inning. Frankie Frisch, Dave Bancroft, and Ross Youngs will hit in the last of the 7th for the Giants. 3-5 is a 9 against a B pitcher. That's going to be a base hit for Frankie Frisch. Hard driving second baseman for the New York Giants. The shortstop was a hard-nosed player as well, Dave Bancroft. And Bancroft steps into the box. 4-1 to Bancroft is going to be a double play ball. Hit to second base. That's Sweat more to Hawkins. 4-6-3, 2 outs. Now the base is clear for Ross Youngs. 5-2 as I ground out to third. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. Go to the top of the 8th inning. It is 5-3 New York Giants. Neff has 1 mark against his fatigue. He will return and pitch the 8th inning. And Lem Hawkins will bat for Kansas City. 6-1 for Hawkins is a ground ball to Bancroft at shortstop to throw to first. 1 away. Here's Bullet Organ, who's basically had a miserable day. He's 0 for 3 and didn't pitch well today. 5-6 is a pop-up on the infield, caught by the shortstop, Dave Bancroft. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Oscar Johnson, the cleanup hitter. 3-1 is a fly out to center field. Monarchs are down to their last 3 outs when they come up in the ninth. 5-3, New York Giants going to the bottom of the 8th. Mendez will stay in. He has 1 mark against his fatigue. And hitting is George Kelly. All right, Kelly is kind of an unknown ball player, but he was quite a player. George Kelly had a number of 300 years hitting seasons and played on the several pinning wing teams as well for the Giants. Let's get the New York Giants markers up. Here's the pitch to Kelly. 6-6 roll to Kelly. That's a hit, call, and roll. I'm talking him up, and here he delivers. 4-4 is a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here for a home run. 2 more marks against Mendez's fatigue. And it is now 6-3. It's 2 marks because the hit and the run counts as a problem for the pitcher. So Mendez is now a C pitcher. And here is Irish Easel. 3-5 is a 8 against a C because he's tired now. That's a base hit. It would have been an out otherwise. The rest of my pitchers in the bullpen for the Monarchs, I believe, are D pitchers. So let's see how this goes. We're first for the Giants. Frank Snyder, the batter. 54 is a fly out to right field. First out in the inning. There's Casey. 52 is a 27 with a runner on first base. That's a double play ground out to third base. 5-4-3. That ends the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. Nobody left. We go to the top of the 9th. It's the New York Giants 6 and the Kansas City Monarchs 3. If the Giants hold on, they'll be 2-0 in the King of the Hill tournament. Let me double check that. I might not be right on that. Yeah, they will be 2-0. They beat the 21 Yankees to win their first game. All right, Neff is going to try to go the distance. He has only 1 mark against his fatigue. And Hurley McNair is the hitter for Kansas City. They only got 3 outs to play with. They're down by 3. 4-5 is a base on balls. McNair takes first. Dobie Moore, the shortstop. 4-2 is a 9 against a B hitter. That's going to be a infield single for Dobie Moore. First 2 batters on, that gets the tying runs to the plate, and that's going to be all for Art Neff, whose grade goes down to a C. So Neff pitches 8 innings. And coming on for the Giants will be Claude Gennard. Gennard pitched 1 inning in the game yesterday. He's good to go. So Gennard is a grade C pitcher, Z modified. He is facing Newt Joseph, and he'll be a grade B pitcher for this batter only. Kansas City has runners at first and second, nobody out. Pitch to Newt Joseph, 3-6, is a a base on balls. It is, no, it's Z or ZZ, it's 2 balls. So Gennard, control modifier, wipes off that walk. 2 balls, no strikes. 6-1 is a 39. Fly ball to center field. The runner at second tags, goes to third. The throw to third, he is out 8-5. Casey Stengel with that throw. Kansas City taking chances on the base pass. Not a good idea here in the ninth. So 2 outs, and now Frank Duncan's the batter. 4-3 is a comebacker back to Gennard. He fields it and throws to first. 3 outs. That's the ball game. Final score: New York Giants 6 and the Kansas City Monarchs 3. Rogan will be the losing pitcher. It was up 5 runs. Mendez gave up 1 run in 3 2/3. Art Neff is the winning pitcher, and he surrenders 2 runs. No, he gives up 3. Gennard gets the save. All right, the Monarchs had 3 runs on 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. They committed no errors. And the Giants had 6 runs on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. And they committed no errors. So 6-9-0 is the line score for the New York Giants. All right, we'll be back again tomorrow, the next day, with the next game. The New York Giants are the Kings of the Hill now. They are 2-0 plus 5 run differential. And so if they win tomorrow, they will tie the New York Giants of 1911, who were 3-1 with a plus 14 run differential. Currently, the 15 Red Sox are in second place, tied with, I think, another team. Yeah, the 21 Yankees. Both are 2-1 with a plus 3 run differential. So the Giants have a chance to move in those top 3. At the end of we're a long ways away from the end, but the teams that last the longest will play off in a World Series, King of the Hill World Series. That'll be a best of 7. Well, I hope you enjoyed the ball game today. 6-3 final, won by the 1922 New York Giants. Thank you, Dwayne. Check out Dwayne's YouTube channel and Cleveland Baseball Fans YouTube channel as well. Tim is going through a Cleveland Indians replay. I think you still call that replay the Indians, don't you? Don't call them the Guardians, do you? But check those channels out. They're outstanding. Dwayne he's finished a long thing with Fast Drive Football. He does a lot of red, white, and blue racing on his channel as well. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless.